So right now our next topic is Carnot theorem. So in Carnot theorem we use it to define the efficiency of reversible engine, and according to the definition of Carnot theorem, that no engine can be more efficient than reversible engine, and that engine will be working in between same two temperatures. This is the definition of the Carnot theorem, right? So in order to explain this theorem, we consider that this is source at T1 degrees. We consider two engines, irreversible and reversible, right? So these placed in between two temperatures now, that is, another one is sink. At T2 degrees Kelvin, right? Now here irreversible in forward process, is in backward direction. Sorry, it is in forward. So forward direction, and reversible is in backward direction, right? That means this is in this direction, this is in backward direction, and these two engines are situated in between two temperatures, source and sink. Now here it absorbs Q heat from the source, right? So after absorbing, it converts into work. That means it converts the absorbed heat into work as Q minus W. Okay? This I absorbs Q heat from source, and it converts into Q minus W, convert work. Later, so the heat generated in this is given to the sink, right? Next, this reversible engine absorbs Q minus W dash amount of heat from sink, right? That means it absorbs, this R absorbs Q minus W dash, or it will be considered as Q minus W, sorry, and R takes Q dash from sink. Right? After it absorbing Q dash from sink, it converts in backward direction as Q minus, that means Q dash minus W dash. So after anything it absorbing, some of the heat, it converts into work now. So when it absorbs Q dash from sink, it converts into Q dash plus W dash, and then it gives to the source in backward direction. So first of all, we consider the two engines which is placed in between the two temperatures, right? Then next, here I is in forward direction and R is in backward direction. right? So in doing the process, I absorbed Q heat from source and it converts into Q minus W work, and the heat generation is given to the sink. The completion of work is done by I. Right, next about R. Here R absorbs Q dash of heat and it converts in backward direction as Q dash plus W dash of work, and it gives to the source. So during this process, I absorbs from heat, I initially absorbs heat from source and R at finally gives to source. That means here no change occurs in source, right? So initially I absorbs heat from source, finally R gives to the heat to source. That means no change occurs in source. For suppose here Q equals to Q dash plus W dash, then W dash equals to Q minus Q dash, right? So this is the amount of work which is done in this reversible and irreversible engine. For suppose if we consider efficiency of I is greater than efficiency of R. This condition we consider, it is not the final condition, just we consider efficiency of irreversible is greater than reversible. Okay, right? So in taking the two engines, in between the two temperatures, heat absorbed and converted into work, and then generation heat is given to the sink, and then R absorbed Q dash and it converts into Q dash plus W dash, and then finally it gives to source. That means there is no change occurs in source. Finally we given this equation as W dash equals to Q minus Q dash. That means final work done in the system we get it, right? Let us consider here, according to our explanation, efficiency of irreversible is greater than efficiency of reversible, but according to our definition here reversible engine is more efficient. So in order to prove that this is one of the case, right? So let us discuss this efficiency of reversible in another case. So in first case we consider the efficiency of irreversible greater than efficiency of reversible. So keep it this equation like this. So next this is the first equation when we consider the two bodies in between the two temperatures. So keep it that equation like that. Next in second condition, now we consider the same two engines in between the temperatures source and sink, right? This is irreversible, this is reversible. Now both the two engines are coupled together with a belt. Now both engines are coupled, right? So when we couple these two engines together, I is in directly in motion, then R is in reverse direction. Then I works directly and R works reverse. Then in this process I absorbs Q of heat. In this direct and reverse process I absorbs Q of heat from source. And it converts into Q minus W of work, and the amount of heat generated is given to the sink, and it absorbs Q minus W dash of work, because during coupling of the two engines it acts as a compound engine, right? This compound engine extracts Q minus W dash of heat from sink, and it converts Q dash of work and given to the sink. So in this case also, what amount of heat is absorbed by the source and finally be given to the source. That means here also no change in source, right? Next, here due to coupling of belts, due to coupling of belt, that means due to coupling of I and R with belts, effect of extract greater than given. That means here Q minus W dash is greater than Q minus W. Right? So due to coupling of these two bodies, here extraction is greater than given, right? But according to second law of thermodynamics, this statement is impossible. According to second law, this statement is impossible. Why? Because means in second law we discussed that continuous amount of heat absorbed by the system is not a continuous process. That means it is not work done. So here also, by continuous absorption of heat from the body, it may collapse, right? So here sink act as a simple reservoir. So by absorbing the heat continuously, because here the two bodies are coupled, that means it is continuous process. So continuous absorbing of heat from simple reservoir and convert into work to done the process is impossible. So according to this second law of thermodynamics, this statement is impossible, right? So in first statement we consider efficiency of irreversible engine is greater than efficiency of reversible. In second, by coupling those two bodies we get extract is greater than given. That means according to the second law of thermodynamics, this statement is also impossible. So by these two statements we conclude that reversible engine is more efficient than irreversible. So how means we discuss that. By these two conditions we concluded reversible engine is more efficient, right? And one more example, if we consider two bodies A and B which are also placed in between two temperatures, in here we consider the two bodies which are between two temperatures and both two are reversible. So here in first A drives B. If A drives B, then B greater than A. If B drives A, then A greater than B. That means what? Reversible engine depends upon the two temperatures, but it does not depends upon the working substance. Reversible engine depends on the source and sink, but independent of the working substance. Right? So according to Carnot theorem, reversible engine is more efficient. We have to prove that. So in order to prove the reversible engine, at first we consider the reversible and irreversible in between the two temperatures. Some amount of heat is taken from source and finally given to that. And in that case, we consider efficiency of irreversible is greater than efficiency of reversible. Right? In second case, we couple both the engines, and due to that, extraction is never greater than the given. That statement is impossible according to second law of thermodynamics. So, by those two conditions, we conclude that reversible engine is more efficient in working between the two temperatures, right? Next, how the reversible engine depends means, so if we consider the two reversible engines in between the two temperatures, if A drives B, then B greater than A. If B drives A, then A greater than B. That means here B taken as backward and A taken as forward. Right? That means here reversible engine depends upon the temperatures. That means source and sink. But it is independent of working substance. What's the working substance in it is? It does not depends on that. It only depends on the temperatures which it lie in between them. This is about Carnot theorem.